Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. We're looking forward to teaching you all the steps to moving out of residence this winter break. My name is Montana Scott. I'm the Recruitment and Business Development Coordinator with Student Housing. But I'm just here to host Shauna. Shauna has all the information on moving out, and we look forward to answering your questions. Shauna, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, everybody. My name's Shauna, and I'm the Service Center and Operations Coordinator in student housing. I am the project lead for residence closing for winter break. We have a presentation here just to kind of go over some details, just so everyone's on the same page and important key information for to make your move out and your winter break relaxing and successful. We'll just go right into it. So residence is closing on December 19th at 11 a.m. So for students that are currently in residence, you are to leave residence 24 hours after your last exam or December 19th at 11 a.m., whichever date comes first. Um, if you are a winter break student, these students had to register for this when they applied to residence. This does not apply to them um, for residence closing, and it's just for the majority of the students that are going home for winter break. So just some notes before you go. If there's any outstanding maintenance issues with your room or your residence space, please report them. If you're in the annexes on the fridge, there's the QR code, or if you're in a dorm style residence, on the back of the door, you can scan that QR code and it will give you the instructions for putting any maintenance issues in, just so we can make sure we can tackle them. Um, before over the winter break. Before you go, also make sure you close and lock all your windows. It's going to be cold probably, so just make sure that your space is safe and locked. Open the blinds if you're um, open the blinds unless you're on the first floor. If you're on the first floor, you can keep those blinds shut. But anybody up on the higher floors, please close those blinds. Just make sure you clean all your dishes and your room prior to departure, so to avoid any health concerns due to food residue. Ensure that all your garbage and recyclables are removed from your room and or your apartment, depending on where you're living. But just you want to make sure that you have a clean space, so when you return back to campus, you can come back to a clean space as well. Um, Make sure some more notes about before you go, make sure you remove any food that's in your refrigerator, as well as on your counters, just because you're gone for maybe up to 2 weeks, a week and a half, 2 weeks. So we just want to make sure nothing's going to spoil for you. Um, do not unplug your fridge though. You can keep your fridge plugged in, but just make sure you clean it out and throw out any of those perishable foods. Um, Ensure that all non-perishable food items are well sealed and properly stored in a shelf or in a cupboard. Do not leave any open boxes or bags of food out, as this can invite pests. So we just want to make sure that your space is clean when you leave, so that way it's just going to be like that when you come back. Um, Make sure you unplug your computer and any other electronics to protect them from any possible power surges. Obviously, winter weather, we don't know what could be coming, going to happen over those few weeks. In case the power was to go out, just make sure that all your electronics are safe. Lock your door and turn off your lights before leaving. Uh, Housing staff will enter your living space after you depart to ensure that all the safety items have been completed and to perform any maintenance requirements. So if you are just going home for winter break or you're returning to residence, keep your keys. You do not need to go to a service center to check out or anything. If you're just going home for winter break or going on vacation or but you are coming back, keep your keys with you and just remember to bring them back to campus. If you were to lose them over winter break, that is a $450 fee to replace. If you are a fall term only student, so these are students that are leaving residence for good. They have only signed a contract up until December and they will not be returning. They can go to their closest service center to check out. If the service center is closed at all, we do have several drop boxes of throughout campus. We can see from the picture there, that's what one of the key drop box looks like. So you can see the QR code. There you scan the QR code and you'll fill out the form and then you'll just drop your keys. You'll put your keys into a checkout envelope and you'll just drop them into the drop box there. So just the locations of those drop box are outside Service Center East in the link of OC, located in the door for Service Center South, on the side wall of Service Center West, in Trail Mailroom and Trail Annex entrance there. But just a reminder, this is for people that have only signed their contract up until December, that they'll need to hand back their keys and check out. And everybody else will just be holding onto their keys and bringing their keys back with them in January. There's just another picture of the drop box. Most of them look like this. The one at the door in Service Center South looks more like a mail slot than an actual metal box. But if there's exams that are canceled due to weather, please check your Trent email. Um, yes, just check your Trent email and further instructions will be given there. But yes, so just keep an eye if there's been any cancellations. So residence is reopening January 4th at 8 a.m. Um, you will not be able to access your space during winter break, so please take everything with you. And you will not be able to arrive early back into residence. You will not be able to come back to residence until January 4th at 8 a.m. You can come back at whatever time works for you. I mean, you will have access back on your access cards. You have your own set of keys. So any time after 8 a.m. on January 4th, you will be able to access your space. You do not need to check in back at a service center as well. You can just go straight to your room. Um, if you're living in a double room or you're in a suite style room, one of the annexes, you can expect new roommates in January. We do have new students that will be checking into residence for the first time. And so just make sure that your living space is clean and tidy. And if you are in one of those double rooms, making sure that your items are on your side of the room. So giving a warm welcome to your new roommates that could be there maybe before you arrive back to campus. Um, this is just for your knowledge. If you had any questions, our Blackburn housing office is closed as well during the winter break, but that will reopen on January 2nd. So if you did have some urgent questions, unfortunately, that email will not be monitored until January 2nd. So if you are asking about coming back into residence, et cetera, just expect that you won't be hearing a response until the second or third, depending on how many emails we get over that winter closure. And the service centers, again, the service centers will be opening January 4th when residence reopens. So they'll be open at 8 a.m. on January 4th. If you are needing a place to stay over winter break, so you'll have to leave residence during that time, but you maybe aren't going home or you don't have plans as of yet. Some options for other accommodations during that time. We recommend that you can look at Airbnb. There's the Holiday Inn in Peterborough as well as the Holiday Inn in Oshawa. You can also email off-campus housing at trentu.ca for further assistance. They can give you resources and be able to give some direction for finding accommodations during the winter break. If you have any questions regarding winter closure or you're unsure about something, you can ask your Dawn first. Your Dawns are there to help you to make sure this is a smooth process for you. So definitely reach out to your Dawns. You can stop by the service centers as well. They are open at regular hours. As well as you can also reach out to your residence life coordinators if you had specific questions about winter move out. And I hope everyone in residence knows who their residence life coordinators are. But we have Marley for Lady Eaton and Lady Eaton Annex. We have Jess in Champlain and Champlain Annex. We have Lucas in Otonabee. And then for Zosky and Zosky Annex, we have Jonah. And then for Trail and Trail Annex, we have Claudia. And then in the Durham residence, we have Wyatt. So you should have all their contact information, but feel free to reach out to them if you have questions or concerns that the Dons aren't able to assist you with.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Shauna. That was really helpful. For the folks on the call, we are recording this video. You're going to be able to find it on YouTube, and we're going to embed it into the Move Out page on the website in case you want to hear any of the information available on that page. Have a lovely winter break. We really look forward to seeing you if you're coming back in January. And if you're not, thank you so much for staying with us. We wish you the very best of luck in your future endeavors. Thank you so much, Shauna. I just want to actually, yeah, I want to open up the floor to any questions that may be in the chat. I'm seeing none. And folks, just a reminder, you can contact the staff that are on this slide if you have any more. But other than that, thank you so much for your time. Have a good night.